Hey guys, what is up? This is Kendra with Signing Agent Basics here today on another second Saturday of the month, hanging out with you guys, answering the questions that y'all want to know if you are a new or aspiring signing agent, or maybe even if you're a veteran signing agent. I may be able to help you out with some information that you weren't aware of or give you kind of a little bit of a different twist on it. I am super duper excited about today's topic because obviously it's something that everybody always wants to know. People who want to be signing agents always want to know this. Signers will often ask me this while I am doing signings. They want to know, how much do signing agents get paid? And how do signing agents get paid? You know, I've been doing this for so long. For those of you who don't know, I've been a signing agent since 2007. I've been doing this for so long. I tend to forget that this is even a question that people have because it just makes sense to me. I just know how it works, but I can absolutely understand if you are new to this industry, if you are new to signing agents in general, that obviously this is an important question that you are going to want answered. So again, the topic for today is how much signing agents get paid and how signing agents get paid. You guys are going to get a twofer today. I'm basically going over two separate things today in this video. Now, of course, guys, I appreciate each and every one of you that's here, whether you are joining me live or if you are watching on the replay. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. But look, do me a favor. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and then hit the notification bell. That lets me know that you like these types of videos, guys, so that I can keep giving these types of videos to you. And this also lets the YouTube algorithm know that you like these types of videos. So you'll see more videos from me, and you'll also see more videos just in general about signing agent subjects. So go ahead, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and then hit the notification bell. And then you guys know I am always super curious to find out where you guys are watching from. It still blows my mind that people all over the country check in to hang out with me, even though I'm in San Antonio, Texas. Folks from all over the country check in and watch these videos. So do me a favor, whether you are watching this live or even if you are watching on the replay, down in the chat, let me know what city and state you are in, and then let me know whether you are an aspiring signing agent, a new signing agent, or a veteran signing agent. So to give you guys a little bit of a breakdown about that, an aspiring signing agent is somebody who hasn't done any loan signings. You might just be curious about this whole signing agent thing, thinking about doing it, or just want more information about doing it. So you are an aspiring signing agent if you have not done any loan signings. New signing agents, that's somebody who's been a signing agent for a year or less. You are still new at this thing. And then we've got our veteran signing agents, the ones who have been doing this for more than a year. So let me know your city and state, and then let me know whether you are an aspiring signing agent, a new signing agent, or a veteran signing agent. And then, yes, this is always a question. Will there be a replay? There will absolutely be a replay. Literally, as soon as this video is over, the replay will be available. So definitely, if you come in late, if you miss any of this video, or if there's a part where you're like, wow, I want to see that again, you will be able to check out the replay after the live is over. And then, guys, I know y'all got questions. I know you got questions. You got questions? Guess what? I got answers. So there will be a Q&A session at the end of the video, but y'all also know I got a one-track mind. So try to hold your questions until the end of the video. I really won't do a whole lot of addressing of questions until the end. I have a special Q&A sessions for that. And then try to stay on task, guys. I know you have tons of questions about being a signing agent, but I'm going to really try to focus on only answering questions that are about the subject of this video, which is again, how you get paid as a signing agent and how much you can get paid as a signing agent. And then I apologize in advance if for some reason I miss your question during the video. I'm going to go back. I'm going to be checking to see if I missed anything. If I do miss your question during the video, I'm going to do my very best to go back and answer any questions that I see in the chat after the video. So if I miss you, it's all right. Just check back later. I'll probably answer your question a little bit. All right, guys. And then one of the things that you will hear me say often in all of my videos is to check the description box of the video for different things. I've got tons of links for things for you guys because I always want to give you great information. And the links for all of the stuff that I want to give you is in the description box of the video. But then I always have people say, well, where's the description box? I don't see the description box. How do you find the description box? So if you are watching this on YouTube on your computer, if you look underneath the video, you're going to see the title of the video. And then underneath that, you're going to see the words "see more." You're just going to click on the words "see more" to open up the description box. But what if you're watching this on your cell phone? Well, guess what? YouTube has got a way for you to see it there as well. Again, next to the title of the video, you're going to see a little down arrow. Click on that down arrow to see the description box. And then the description box is going to pop up and you'll be able to see all of the links that I'll have for you. You can literally click on them and go to the different websites for all of the information that I have for you. So if you have not been checking the description boxes on my videos, make sure you always check the description boxes. I always got something good for you in there. And then speaking of the description box, I do have a link for you to download a free new signing agent checklist. Guys, this is especially helpful for aspiring signing agents and new signing agents. New and aspiring signing agents are always saying, well, what do I need to do? What are the steps? Have I forgotten anything? This checklist walks you through step by step everything that you need to get your signing agent business up and running. And like I said, it is literally a checklist. So you can check off every step as you've done it. And then there's also links in that checklist to other helpful information for you. So again, there's a link in the description box of this video for that new signing agent checklist. When you click on that link, you'll just need to provide your email address and your first name, and then you will see how to download that free new signing agent checklist. Before I get started, let me see who all is in here. I've seen bunches of people coming up in here. We've got Jerome Rogers. What's up? I'm doing good today. I got energy today, as you can tell. Hey, S. Sal Williams one. Good to see you. We've got Stephanie saying hello to everybody. Jerome said he is in Northern Virginia. We've got Kalia. What's up, girl? How you doing? We've got folks from Dallas, Texas in the house. Hey, we've got some aspiring signing agents from Chicago. Kalia's in West Lafayette, Indiana. She is a new signing agent. We've got Scarlett in Georgia, aspiring, checking this whole thing out. I don't blame you. We've got folks here, aspiring signing agents from Palm Springs. Guys, as you are coming in, keep telling me where you are from. Again, I'm excited to see each and every one of you. All right, guys. So we are going to get this party started. Again, we're going to be talking about how signing agents actually get paid and how much you can get paid, how much you can make as a signing agent. But before I even get into that, something that I want to reiterate, I say this all the time, just about every video, but I'm telling you, it doesn't click for a lot of people. So that's why I keep saying this over and over and over again. Being a signing agent is a business. It is not a job. Most of us have had jobs for most of our lives. And honestly, jobs are kind of easy. You go in, you apply for the job, and once you have been given the job, you are then told pretty much exactly what to do. You have a boss or a supervisor that tells you step by step, sometimes day by day, or even hour by hour, exactly what you have to do. And honestly, we get used to that. It's almost a little bit easy because you don't have to use your brain power to figure out what to do every day. You are given work every day. You are given assignments every day. Usually you're given way more work than you want and way more assignments than you want. But again, it's kind of easy because you don't have to think about it. Well, being a signing agent, being self employed, running your own business is different. There is no one telling you exactly what to do. And people think, well, that sounds great. I would love to not have anyone telling me exactly what to do. That's what people think. That's what they think. But then when they become self employed, when they start running their own business, they're like, okay, well, what do I do? I need somebody to tell me what to do. I don't know what to do. And they kind of realize that that can be one of the more difficult parts of being self employed. You got to figure out every day, what do I need to do to move my business forward? What do I need to do every day to make my business successful? It's not always cut and dry. It's not always step one, step two, step three. And there's not people to tell you exactly what to do. You have to figure it out for yourself. Now, the cool thing about being self-employed and having your own business, and this is one of the things I really love about being self-employed and having my own business, is that it has a greater you have the capacity for a greater reward. Let me put it that way. It doesn't always have a greater reward, but it has the capacity for a greater reward. Most of us want to be self-employed for two reasons, maybe three. We want to make more money. Let's be real. We want to make more money. Okay. Number two, we don't want nobody telling us what to do. We tired of the boss telling us when we can go, where we can't go, when we got to be to work. We want to take time off, but we can't take time off because the boss said no. We want to have our own freedom to decide what we do every day. And then we also want more time for the most part. At least that was a big thing for me. I wanted more time. I used to work in the mortgage industry before becoming a signing agent. 10 to 12-hour days were normal at work. I didn't want to work that much. I wanted more free time. But guys, here's the deal. As great as all of those things sound, being self-employed is simply not for everyone. Like I said, figuring out what to do every day, figuring out how to move your business forward, especially when it doesn't seem clear, especially when things are slow. It seems great, but then when the rubber meets the road, a lot of people have trouble with that. But so remember, guys, this is a business, not a job. And for you to be successful, you have got to figure out what you need to do to move your business forward. Now, another thing that I want to tell everybody, again, especially new and aspiring signing agents, that there is no such thing as minimum wage for self-employed signing agents or independent contractors. We are both. There's no law that says people have to pay us a particular amount. People will pay you whatever you agree to. And if the amount that you agree to really isn't enough, then that's on you. There's nobody you can complain to. I hear people all the time get upset at signing. I can't believe this signing company is offering this low amount of money. Well, hey, nope, you don't have to take it, you know? And that's the thing. A lot of people really need to sit down, crunch the numbers, and figure out, is it really worth doing an assignment at the amount that's being offered? Because I think a lot of new people coming in who don't really understand how this business works, and they don't really understand that companies don't have to pay you a fair amount. I think a lot of people come into this just assuming, well, if this is what they're offering, then it must be fair. Nope. I'm telling you, if they could offer you $1 and somebody would take it, then they would only offer $1. It is up to us as independent contractors. It's up to us as signing agents to decide what amount we will accept and what amount we will not accept. And the reality is, guys, there's very few protections for signing agents and independent contractors for companies that pay you a low amount, for companies that pay you slowly, like maybe they're supposed to pay you in 2 weeks and you don't see that check for 3 months. There's very few protections about that. And there's also very few protections if a company does not pay you. Again, this goes back to risk and reward. It can be more risky to be self-employed, but again, the rewards can be greater. So, if you have not already done so, if you're freaking out, like, oh my gosh, what do we do about these slow pay, no pay companies? Make sure you check out this video that I have on YouTube where I tell you how to avoid slow pay and no pay signing companies and what to do if somebody is paying you slowly or if somebody did not pay you. The link to that video is down in the description box. And if you're watching the replay to this video, I'm probably also going to put a link to it up at the top of the screen. But you definitely, guys, want to check that out. Again, it's going to tell you how to protect yourself from slow pay and no pay signing companies. I've been a signing agent for 15 years. These are the techniques that I use to avoid slow pay and no pay companies. And I can probably count on my fingers the number of times I have not been paid out of thousands of signing transactions. And it is because I do the things that I list in these videos. So again, guys, it's all right that there's no protections because guess what? You can protect yourself. All right. Now, the other things, guys, that I want to point out, it is up to you. Again, this is your business. It's a business, not a job. It is up to you to be aware of and negotiate payment terms as needed. Again, do not assume that because someone is offering you a signing that you're going to get paid a certain amount or that you're going to get paid on a certain time frame. It's up to you to be aware of these things before you accept and complete an assignment. So, the three main things, guys, that you're going to want to be aware of before you can accept an assignment. The first thing, and this should be common sense, the first thing is how much are they going to pay you? Again, just because a company offers you a signing does not mean it is going to be for any particular amount. I see signing requests come through sometimes, guys, for amounts that I'm like, y'all are crazy. That's not worth me getting in my car for. So do not assume that it is going to be any particular amount. Always, always, always find out exactly how much you are going to get paid for that assignment. Now, most signing companies put that amount up front. So when you have a request come through, like the text message requests or email requests, you will usually see that in the request. But this is especially important, like if you have a direct business client that's reaching out to you, or maybe an individual signer is reaching out to you. You need to discuss with them how much they are going to pay you. And I know in this country, we are kind of uncomfortable talking about money, but look, you got to get over that because this is your business. And so you want to make sure that you are going to get paid the correct amount and acceptable amount for that signing. The second thing that you need to know is when are they going to pay you? Now, I personally don't work with anyone who says that they are going to take more than 30 days to pay me. 30 days is the longest that I am willing to accept. I personally prefer getting my payment anywhere between immediately and 15 days. Like, I don't like waiting any more than 2 weeks for payment. 30 days is my absolute longest. But again, ask the question. Find out, when are you going to get paid? That's important. Again, the people who are hiring you, it's not that important to them, but when you're going to get paid is very important to you. So don't be afraid to ask when. And then the third thing that you need to know is how they're going to pay you. Again, never assume. Are they going to pay you with cash? Again, if you're doing a signing for an individual signer who just called you up and asked you to do the signing, they may want to pay you cash at the signing. I take cash. Cash is good, but I need to know, how are you going to pay me? Are they going to pay you by check? Now, I personally do not accept personal checks, but I will accept a business check from a business. And along with checks, some companies will actually send you an e-check. So you actually got two different options with checks. You may get an e-check where they literally email you the check, you print it out, cut it out, and either mobily deposit it or take it to your bank, or they send you via mail a physical old school check. And there's also direct deposit. So there are some companies that pay by direct deposit, and kind of along with direct deposit, I'm including in that things like PayPal, Square, those types of electronic payments. So you need to know how much you're going to get paid, when they're going to pay you, and how they're going to pay you. And you need to be okay with all three of those things. Again, this is your business. You do not have to accept anything that you do not want to accept. So, signing agents, guys, get paid per assignment. So, pretty much every assignment that you request can be a negotiation, especially when you're working with a bunch of different companies. Different companies do things differently. Every assignment may have a different payment amount. Again, especially if you're working with a lot of different companies. There's no one flat amount that all companies pay for, let's say, a refinance signing. Every company may have a different amount. So you need to know, again, what that amount is. Every company or client may have a different payment time frame. My direct business clients, in general, they pay me when the loan funds. They will cut my check. If it's a local title office, one of my title offices is local. If the loan funds while I'm sitting there, I get my check right then. If not, they'll cut the check and mail it to me, and I'll generally get payment within a week or two. But again, every company is different. They will let you know, we pay in 30 days. We pay in 45 days, 60 days, 90 days. That's crazy. Some companies have weird payment schedules. They may pay on the first of the month after you've completed the particular assignment. Again, every company is different. Never, ever assume that you're going to get paid on a particular time frame. And again, every company and client may have a different payment method. All those payment methods I listed, all of those could be how you get paid. Now, you will have some regular customers. Like I do have my direct business clients that I work with time and time again. I don't have to negotiate with them on a regular basis anymore. We generally touch base about once a year, make sure that the pricing is good. They pretty much all pay me by check, and usually that check is mailed. So I don't have to worry about that so much with my regular clients. But again, any new client that you are working with, you need to make sure that you are aware of all of these things. So again, since there's really no legal protections for us, I am big on protecting yourself. And the easiest way to protect yourself is to ask questions until things are crystal clear. Again, do not be afraid to ask, how much am I going to get paid for this assignment? The company should have no problem telling you how much you're going to get paid. And you should have no problem negotiating with them. If what they're offering you is too low, you should not be afraid to negotiate. The company should not have a problem telling you when they are going to pay you. So, for example, an example of asking questions until things are clear. Let's say you ask this company, when do you send out payment? When are you going to pay me? And they say, oh, we pay quickly. Okay, well, we need to ask another question. How quick is quickly? Quickly to me may be 24 hours. Quickly to them may be 30 days. So I wouldn't just let a company say, oh, we pay quickly. I would say, okay, well, what is quickly? Can you give me a number of days that it takes for you to send out payment? Make sure that you ask questions until things are clear. You also need to be proactive. Guys, Ask these questions before you accept and complete the assignment. I see so many signing agents, and this honestly hurts my heart when I see this. I will see so many signing agents in Facebook groups and stuff like that going, "Hey, I completed a signing for XYZ company. Do you know when they're going to pay?" And I'm like, okay, that's something you should have asked before you completed the assignment. And then the other thing, guys, is instead of asking Facebook groups when XYZ company pays, you need to ask XYZ company when they pay, because it doesn't matter what anybody in the Facebook group says. It only matters what the actual company says. But again, a lot of people are afraid to ask questions. You got to get over that fear, guys. This is your business. You have to be okay with asking questions. Again, the other thing you're going to want to do, counter offer and negotiate if applicable. If you ask a company how much they pay and it's not what you want to get paid, negotiate. You know, if they say, "Hey, I've got a loan signing and we paid $10," and I'd be like, "Ha, well, I don't do loan signings for less than $150." And then you guys negotiate from there. Either they accept it or they don't. Either you accept their offer or you don't. That's okay. It's okay to say no to requests that don't work with what you want to do. And then you always want to get this information in writing, guys. If it ain't in writing, it does not exist. So always make sure you get in writing those three things: how much you're going to get paid, when you're going to get paid, and how you are going to get paid. And again, it's okay to refuse requests that don't meet your requirements. Again, every company pays in its own way and in its own time. Don't be afraid to discuss all of the elements, and don't be afraid to turn down an assignment if the terms are not acceptable to you. I don't have no problems telling people no. Get used to that word. No, thank you. Can be nice about it. No, thank you. So then, guys, now that we know how signing agents get paid, the different ways signing agents get paid, the questions you need to ask about payments, the other big question that most people want to know, actually, people want to know this question before they even want to know the other question: how much money can you make as a signing agent? Or honestly, most people want to know, can you make six figures? Can you make $100,000 as a signing agent? I don't know why that's like some magic number. I don't know, but people love that nice $100,000 mark. Is it necessary? Depends on your life. Most people are not making $100,000. The average person in America makes $44,000. So, $100,000 is kind of up there, but we're going to talk about it because, again, that's the magic number that everybody likes. So, we're going to talk about whether or not you can make six figures, $100,000 as a signing agent. And look, the short answer is yeah, it's absolutely possible. But you guys know, I always tell you the reality. I don't just give you the hype. I'm not here trying to hype everybody up, talking about y'all gonna make $100,000 as a signing agent. I'm going to tell you the truth, okay? So, just because you become a signing agent, that is absolutely no guarantee that you will make $100,000. Again, guys, the average person in America makes $44,000. Okay. Only a small percentage of people, I want to say less than 6% of people in America, make $100,000 or more. So, again, just don't think, oh, I'm going to become a signing agent and I'm going to make $100,000. It's possible, but let's be realistic. Okay. Not all signing agents make $100,000. There are signing agents who do, but not everyone. And you will also have to work. Ooh, that's a dirty word. You got to work and you got to market to grow your business so that you can get the business you need to bring in that income. Really, guys, to make $100,000 by yourself, so not subcontracting, no signing, you don't have a signing service or any of that stuff, just you out doing signings. In order to make that kind of money, you pretty much have to have higher paying direct business. And we're going to look at the numbers here in just a second. And then the other thing you have to realize is income as a signing agent is not always consistent. You might make $100,000 one year and not make it the next year. Again, this is a business. It's not a job. Your income is not going to be exactly the same. So some other things though, guys, that I want you to consider. $100,000 does not have to be your goal. It's nice. Don't get me wrong. but it does not have to be your goal. Again, be realistic. It's going to most likely take time for your business to grow to that point. And look, you're not a loser if your signing agent business, if you as a signing agent don't make $100,000. Figure out what's important to you. Money, time, all kinds of stuff. When I first became a signing agent, my basic goal was just to replace the income I was making at my job at the mortgage company. So again, this is back in 2007, so 15 years ago. I think I was making like $38,000 a year. So when I first became a signing agent, I was like, I will consider my signing agent business a success if I at least make as much money as a signing agent as I do with my previous job. I would have totally considered that a success. That's nowhere near $100,000. But I was able to pay my bills with that. And for me, I wanted more time. Again, I was working 10, 12 hours a day at the mortgage company. I figured if I can become a signing agent, work fewer hours, and still make the amount of money that I was making at the mortgage company, oh, that's a double win. So, guys, $100,000 is not some magical, your life is going to be great goal. Again, nothing wrong with it. But that does not have to be your goal. All right. So let's crunch the numbers. Let's break down the numbers because people are like, is it even possible? So $100,000 is your goal. Okay. No problem with that. We're going to use $95 per signing as an average amount. Okay. So then we're going to work the math backwards, and it's here on the screen for you. If we take $100,000 divided by $95 for each signing, that means you would have to do 1,053 signings in a year to make $100,000. So let's break these numbers down even further. If we take 1,053 and divide it by 52 weeks, then that means you got to do 21 signings a week. Let's break it down even further. If you want to work, let's say 5 days a week, because hey, that's what you work with a normal job, right? 21 divided by 5 days a week is 4.2. So you'd have to average 4.2 signings a day if you are working 5 days a week. Or let's say you don't mind working an extra day, 6 days a week. Then you would have to do 3.5 signings a day. So basically, guys, you would have to do 4 or 5 signings a day, depending on whether or not you want to work 5 or 6 days a week, at an average of $95 per signing to make $100,000. And to give you just a little more of a breakdown, each signing, once you've gotten good, once you've done a few. Now, when you first start off, it's going to take you a little bit of time. But each signing for me takes me 2 hours. Now, that is doing the actual signing, printing out the documents, and driving to and from the signing. All of that stuff I'm including in that 2 hours. Physically, when I'm at the signing, it generally only takes me about 30 or 40 minutes at most to do a signing. So everything that I need to do for that signing, driving to and from, printing documents, and doing the signing takes about 2 hours. So if you're doing 4 to 5 signings a day, that means you're going to work about 8 to 10 hours a day in this example to make $100,000. And I know, again, many people are already working 8 to 10 hours a day. Again, I was working 10 to 12 at the mortgage company and not making $100,000. And the other thing is, part of that work you're going to be doing at home. You're going to prep these documents, at your house. You're going to be in your car by yourself driving. So it's not like you're actively working during that 2-hour time, but you're going to put in about 8 to 10 hours a day using this example on average to reach that $100,000 goal. Totally, totally doable. All right, now let's say you are super motivated and you go out and you get direct business. And I highly recommend that everyone put in the time, work, and effort to get direct business because it pays off in the long run. So again, we've got our $100,000 goal, but now we got direct business, right? So now on average, we're making $150 per signing. So again, we're going to work this math backwards. $100,000 divided by $150 per signing means you only have to do 667 signings per year. And then if we divide that 667 by 52 weeks, that's only 13 signings per week. And then if we divide that 13 by 5 days a week, that's only 2.6 signings a day. Or if we divide it by 6 days a week, that's only 2.1 signings a day. So guys, look, with higher paying direct business, if you're averaging $150 per signing, then it would only take you 2 to 3 signings a day, depending on whether you want to work 5 or 6 days a week to make $100,000. And again, assuming that it takes about 2 hours to complete each signing, that means you're only going to be working 4 to 6 hours a day. But again, you got to put in the work to get that direct business. So then I have a lot of people asking me, well, Kendra, what do you do? What was your goal when you were a new signing agent? So working the math backwards, because I honestly didn't even think about it as an annual amount. Again, I considered it a win if I just met the same income that I was making at my previous job. But my high goal was 78,000. Now let me tell you how I broke that down. My goal was to do 3 signings a day at $100 per signing on average. So if you do 3 signings a day at $100 a signing, that's $300 a day. 300 times 5, working 5 days a week, is $1,500 a week. And 1,500 times 52 is $78,000 a year. It ain't $100,000. But would any of y'all be happy? Would any of y'all be okay with 78,000? Maybe a couple of y'all, 2 of y'all. I know everybody wants to hit that 100,000, but if you make it to 78,000, would that be something that you would be happy with? Let me know in the chat. Maybe I'm different. Maybe you guys are more up there than me. I was happy thinking about making $78,000. Now, guys, look, here's the deal as well. Your signing agent income is not going to be perfectly consistent. And again, this is one of those risk and reward things that we, have to consider when we decide to have our own business and be self-employed. Your income will not be exactly the same all of the time. Every month, guys, my income is different. Now, over 15 years of doing signings, I have a pretty good average of what my monthly income and yearly income will be. But I never know from month to month exactly how much I'm going to make. And the reality is, when you are self-employed, you have to be prepared for slower times. You don't get warning all the time when things get slow. When COVID hit in 2020, airline industries, hotel industries, all of those folks were losing money because something totally unforeseen happened and their industry was hit. Now, on the flip side, it ended up being a great thing for real estate and signing agents. The last couple of years had been amazing as a signing agent. But here's the thing. I knew in those amazing years, what goes up must come down. So I made sure, and what I always recommend for everyone is to prepare for the slower times, because it does always come down. So things that you can do to prepare. You always, always, always want to save money from the good months. My mom, I learned a lot from her. She is a very, very frugal person. She is a great saver. I always have done my best to live below my means. Guys, I still drive a 2015 Nissan Altima. I don't live in a big fancy mansion on the shores of California. I still live in the same house that I bought back in 2006. It's a modest home. I'm always trying to be frugal, and I'm always trying to save money because I understand I'm self-employed. I'm a small business owner. My money next month is not guaranteed. So I'm always saving. You also, guys, always want to work towards having several months worth of income in a savings account. Now, notice I said work towards. I know that may not happen for you initially, but again, over my years of being a signing agent, I was very diligent about always putting money in my savings account and growing that savings account so that I can look and see and go, okay, I've got a month's worth of money saved up. I've got 2 months. I've got 3 months, so that when things slow down, I'm not freaking out because I know I can still pay the bills because I've saved that money. Again, guys, in the last couple of years, folks made a lot of money, and I saw people buying fancy houses and fancy cars, and now things have slowed down a bit, and they're kind of freaking out a little bit because now they got these big bills. So again, no shade to anyone, everybody. We earn our money to spend it how you want. But I was raised by a very frugal mother, and I really appreciate her teaching me to be frugal. You're gonna want to have to budget too, boo. I know budget is a bad word, but you're gonna have to budget. And then it may also be helpful for you to break your bills down into smaller amounts and pay either bi-weekly or weekly. And again, my friends used to laugh at me about this, but one of the things that I did, like I averaged out how much I spent on my electric bill for an entire year. And then I basically broke that down to a weekly amount. It was like 25 bucks a week. And so I set my electricity up on an auto pay to where I was paying $25 a week. So what would happen is on the months where I didn't use as much electricity, extra money was being paid towards my electric bill. And then on the months where, summer months, especially here in Texas, because we got to run our AC constantly, the bill is higher. But that's okay. But because I had paid my $25 a week consistently, there was already extra money paid towards that electric bill. And having those small amounts come out every week made budgeting easier for me. Now, that just worked for me. That may or may not work for you. But bottom line is figure out what works for you to set up a good budget and keep it. And then another thing that you can do is diversify your business. Now, it's totally up to you. This is your business. I am lazy. I don't like learning a whole lot of new things. I have pretty much just been a signing agent. I personally don't do a ton of general notary work. I personally don't do field inspections. I personally don't do apostilles, but there's nothing wrong with doing all of those things and more. And for a lot of people, diversifying their business is a great way to keep income coming in when one of their streams isn't bringing in as much money. So now another question that people often ask is, well, how much money am I going to make, Kendra? Look, if I was a mind reader like that, I'd play the lotto, I'd play Powerball, I'd pay Mega Millions, and you guys would never hear from me again because I'd be laying on a beach somewhere. Nobody, guys, can answer that question for you. Again, this is a business. It's not a job. In general, you're going to get out of it what you put into it. You are going to have to get out of your comfort zone, okay? That's going to be the bottom line. You're going to have to market for business. You're going to have to ask questions. You're going to have to do things that don't always feel comfortable. So again, if you know yourself and you're like, I just can't do that, then this may not be for you. But if you're one of those people who's like, you know what, I think I can do that, then again, this may be for you. And guys, you're going to have to be willing to think outside of the box. Hurdles are going to come. Obstacles are going to come. Nobody's going to be there to tell you how to get over them. You are going to have to figure out, how do I continue to move my business forward? But guys, bottom line, no matter what, it's going to take time, effort, and hard work for you to succeed. But I'm telling you, 15 years of being self-employed, 15 years of being a signing agent, I could not imagine going back to working a real job again. I love it. I love the freedom of it. I love being able to just have control over my life. And I think that that's the thing that most people want when they decide that they want to be self-employed and they want to be a business owner. And I'm telling you guys, each and every one of you watching this can absolutely do this. It's not rocket science. It really isn't. It's honestly mind over matter. And just saying, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make it work. I'm going to succeed no matter what. Woo! I be talking. So guys, look, hopefully that answered your question about how signing agents get paid and how much signing agents get paid. So now I'm going to open it up to Q&A. You guys got questions. I got answers. If for some reason this presentation did not answer your questions, this is the time for you to put it in there. I tell people all the time, again, I have not been a new signing agent in over 15 years. There are things that I just, at this point, I just know. It's just common sense to me. And I kind of forget what it's like to be new and the questions and the obstacles that come at you when you are a new signing agent. So, if any of you guys have questions about how signing agents get paid and how much signing agents get paid, this time is for you. Let me scroll up and see if I missed anything here. Okay, so I think I saw a comment right here. Okay. This person says they had a title company contact them and they're acting like signing agencies now with their prices. Yes, some title companies are. They know, because here's the deal. They know that there are people out there who will accept the lower prices. And you have to realize the point of business, any business, the point of business is to make a profit. One of the ways businesses can make a profit is by paying you less. Is that fair? No, but that's just how business works. And this is why signing agents really need to understand the value of the service that they provide, what's available out there for them, and to stick to their guns to get paid what they need to be paid to meet their goals. Now, I'm going to also say this: how good you are as a signing agent also will drive into how much money you can get paid. So I have companies who pay me more than they pay other people because they know that they are going to get top tier service from me. I am pretty much 0% errors. I can't remember the last time I made an error on a signing. They know that I'm going to be able to easily walk the signers through the documents. They know they can count on me to be on time. They know I'm going to be able to answer the most frequently asked questions. They know I'm not going to need to bug them for the most part because I know how to handle their signings. So when you are a top tier signing agent and you are able to offer that level of service, then it don't matter what they offer in other people. You can demand and command a higher amount. So that's why I always tell people, work towards being the very best signing agent. Let's see. Shakita wants to know, can volunteering with a realtor be beneficial to learning the business? So it depends on which business you're talking about. Will it be beneficial in helping you learn about real estate overall? Sure. Will volunteering with a realtor be beneficial in you learning the signing agent business? Nope. Realtors, real estate agents are not signing agents. Okay. Real estate agents don't know how to describe all of these documents. They know the settlement statement and the CD because that's the document that gets them paid. But all the rest of the documents in the package, for the most part, real estate agents have no clue about. So, I mean, if you just want to volunteer with a real estate agent, sure, but you'd be better served to get good signing agent training if you are trying to be a signing agent versus just volunteering with a real estate agent. Let's see. What was my most challenging hurdles at the beginning? So I'm going to tie this into payment, okay? Because I had lots of hurdles, and I believe I've got another video where I talk about some of my biggest mistakes that I made as a signing agent. Definitely check that out. On the replay, I'll actually link it and put it up there, and I'll also put it in the description box once this video is over. But my most challenging hurdles as far as payment is concerned, some of the things that I told you guys to watch out for, because again, everything I'm teaching you in this video is the things I learned from the School of Hard Knocks, and basically what to do to make sure that companies, or to make sure as much as I can, that companies are going to pay me. It was kind of hard at first to tell people no, especially when you're excited about getting business and maybe your first assignments. But then if a company wasn't offering me the amount of money that I wanted, or if they were going to take too long to pay, or like if you watch my slow pay, no play video, I tell you to check reviews and see what other signing agents said. I may have been excited because a company was like, oh, we're going to send you all this business. We're going to pay you all this money. And then when I checked and looked at reviews for that company, I realized they don't pay nobody. And so, being disappointed because what I thought was going to be a great thing ended up not being a great thing. But again, this is business. You're going to have hurdles. You're going to have disappointments. Be sad for a moment, shake it off, move on. But Jerome, definitely watch my video about my biggest mistakes, because then you'll get a nice long video about all the hurdles or the biggest hurdles that I went over in becoming a signing agent. Is the first place to start taking the test with the NNA. So download my free new signing agent checklist that is down in the description box of the video. I personally do not recommend taking the NNA signing agent certification exam until you have training and until you have everything else lined up. The NNA signing agent certification exam is only good for 12 months. So if you take that test, but then it still takes you a month or 2 or 3 to really get ready as a signing agent, then you've wasted 2 or 3 months of time that you get from that exam. So it's really easy to pass that test, guys. Honestly, in my Signing Agent Advanced training program, I tell my students exactly what to do to easily pass that exam on the first try. It ain't hard, okay? So you can leave that until almost the end when you are really, really, really ready to do signings. Let's see. How long should you work with a signing agent before you start marketing to title companies directly? So here's the thing. I never say that you have to work with signing companies first. That's this folklore, word of mouth advice that's given out. Here's what I tell people. Do what you need to do to feel comfortable marketing for direct business. I have always been the type of person who goes full in from day one. I did not know about direct marketing when I first became a signing agent, but if I had known about it, I would have been doing it. I wouldn't have been wasting time with signing companies. I knew what I was doing. I was well trained because I had already had experience in the mortgage industry. I would have worked to get direct business from day one. I would not have wasted time with signing companies. So you don't have to work with signing companies at all. You can market for direct business from day one. But here's the thing. You need to make sure that you know what you're doing. Honestly, before you even work with signing companies, you need to make sure that you know what you're doing. And that may mean paying for training. And I know people don't like that. They don't like hearing that you need to pay for something. But I promise you guys, there's tons of ways that you can mess up signings. I see it all the time. I talk with the escrow officers, my direct business clients, and we talk all the time about ways that different signing agents mess this up. There's a lot of ways to mess this up. But if you've got training, if you know what you're doing, if you can complete a signing error-free, why wait? Why wait to make more money? Why? Does that make sense to you? That don't make sense to me. So I say, whenever you do whatever you feel like you have to do to be ready to start marketing to title companies. Good question though. Let's see. What is the best way to market for direct business? In person, email, gift baskets, all the above. Do I have a video for direct as you approach it? I do, in my Signing Agent Advanced training program. My formula for marketing for direct business is something that I only teach to students. But I'm going to tell you this, I have never in my life given out a gift basket. Nobody is going to pick you as a signing agent because you give them goodies. Okay. And no offense, most people put together their little goodie bags from the dollar store. We all know dollar store stuff when we see it. Let's be real. The best way to get direct business is to build relationship. And how to build those relationships is something that I teach in my Signing Agent Advanced training program. Think about what you would want from somebody if they were trying to get your business. Think about that. But again, in my Signing Agent Advanced training program, and I do have a link to my website where you can get more information about it, I tell you in that program how to market for direct business. Let's see what we've got here. So this actually goes along with the last question. Basically, how do you market for direct work? How does that work? Again, join the Signing Agent Advanced training program. There's some things that I only share with my students. And that is one of the things that I share with my students, which is how to market for a direct business. I do want to tell you guys, there was a signing agent that before I had my training program, I mentored her face-to-face. And I basically told her, do this, XYZ, to market for direct business. And she took it and she ran with it. And she basically, again, went direct from day one. I don't think she's really ever really worked with signing companies. She went out and within a month had direct business relationships, higher paying direct business relationships immediately. And she was good. She learned what she needed to learn. She was error free from the start, and she has had nothing but higher paying direct business since then. Awesome. Awesome. Let's see. I think that is all of the questions. Chris asked how to sign up. Again, I'm going to assume you're talking about how to sign up for my Signing Agent Advanced training program. There's a link to the training program down in the description box. It'll take you to my website. I've got different levels and different options. All of those things are listed in the website. There's also a link, guys, to my free webinar, First Steps to Signing Agent Success. So for those of you who are curious more about what my journey was like as a new signing agent, I tell you all about that in that webinar. And I also go in depth about all of my training program options. So check out my website, check out that webinar. And then if you have any questions, then you can message me. But I promise you, I answer 99.9% of the questions on my website and in my webinar. Let's see. My trainings are affordable, guys. I honestly try to make it affordable. Again, I understand, look, we're all just realistically just trying to do better in life, trying to improve our situation. And I understand, look, money was tight for me when I was deciding to make that transition over to being a self-employed signing agent. I totally understand that. So yes, I do try to make my trainings as affordable as possible. And again, check out my website. You'll be able to see all of the prices. And I do use PayPal for payment processing, and they offer either 3 or 6 months interest free. So you can actually break it up and pay it off interest free. Should my class be taken before you start doing signings? Yes. Please don't do a signing without training. You're gonna mess up somebody's mortgage. Y'all don't do that. Yes, it is a training class to teach you how to do signings from the very beginning, step by step. So I go over the CD and the settlement statement, how to describe those documents to signers. I go over all of the other documents that you're going to see in a signing. I teach you how to prepare documents for a signing. I teach you how to avoid the most common errors that new signing agents make. I've got modules on how to market for direct business, modules on how much you should charge, modules on how to do VA signings, how to do split signings, how to do power of attorney signings. And then for my exclusive and elite students, we have a live Q&A every month. We're actually going to meet in a couple of hours at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time for my monthly Q&A session with my elite and exclusive students. So I absolutely suggest that you get training. And of course, I'm going to suggest my training before you start any signings. That way you do them right from the beginning. Because here's the thing, guys, you only get one chance to make a first impression. So when you go out and you start doing signings, you want to make sure that you are doing them right from the very start. Look, one of my students here is saying that the training is great. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. Again, I am literally downloading my 15 years, things that I've learned through the School of Hard Knocks, things that I learned by doing it wrong, messing it up, and figuring out the right way. That is what is in my training. And should my training be taken before you take the NNA test? So again, you need to be ready to actually do signings before you take the NNA test. So in general, that means yes, you should get training. And again, I suggest my training. You should get training before you try to do any signings. And then right when you're ready to do signings, you need to take that NNA test. I'm telling you, you can pass that test in an hour. That test is not hard. It really isn't. And then, like I told you guys, I have a video where I teach my students how to easily pass that test. Honestly, somebody who is not a signing agent, doesn't know anything about being a signing agent, could pass that test. The test ain't hard, y'all. So yes, you're going to want to wait until you are actually ready to do signings before you take that NNA test. Uh-oh. Up and look. So this person is an elite student. That is my top tier student. She gets everything. She gets to do one-on-one session with me. She gets to do the group sessions with me, and then the ongoing training, guys, because here's the deal. Your access to my training never, ever expires. You will always have access to it. And if you are an elite or an exclusive student, you will always have access to email me and message me if you ever have any questions. All right, guys. That's about our time. It's about an hour. I try to keep these at an hour. I don't see any other questions down here. But again, if you do have any questions, maybe you're watching the replay or maybe you're thinking of something after this video is over, put it down in the comment section, guys. I always go back and try to answer as many questions as possible. But again, thank you guys so much for joining me on this second Saturday, hanging out with me. I'm going to be back on the second Saturday of next month with another subject for you guys. So make sure you mark it down on your calendars. And again, if you have not already done so, make sure that you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and then hit the notification bell. Guys, this is Kendra with Signing Agent Basics, hoping that you have a productive and profitable day.